The ancient wisdom of Paramahansa Yogananda has touched millions of lives across the globe, offering profound insights into the nature of consciousness, spiritual awakening, and the transformative power of thought. Among his many teachings, there exists a collection of morning affirmations and contemplations that, when practiced with dedication and sincerity, have the potential to fundamentally alter the trajectory of your daily experience and, ultimately, your entire life. These are not mere positive thinking exercises or superficial mantras, but rather deep spiritual truths that, when absorbed into the fabric of your consciousness, can create genuine transformation from within. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, give me a like, comment below about your thought and hit subscribe button so you don't miss any video inspired by Yogananda's teaching. Thank you very much. The practice of beginning each day with intentional thought is not new, but Yogananda's approach carries a particular depth and spiritual potency that sets it apart from conventional motivational techniques. His teachings emphasize that thoughts are not passive mental events but active creative forces that shape our reality, influence our energy, and determine the quality of our experiences. By consciously choosing which thoughts to cultivate in the sacred hours of early morning, when the mind is fresh and receptive, we set the tone for everything that follows. The first transformative thought centers on the recognition of your divine nature and infinite potential. This is not about ego inflation or grandiose self-importance, but rather about awakening to the fundamental truth that you are not merely a limited physical being struggling through existence, but rather a spiritual entity with unlimited creative capacity. Yogananda taught that we are each individualized expressions of the infinite consciousness, temporarily inhabiting physical forms but never limited by them. When you begin your morning by affirming this truth, you shift your entire perspective from one of limitation to one of possibility. You move from identifying with your problems, your past, your circumstances, or your perceived inadequacies, and instead align with the boundless creative intelligence that flows through all existence. This thought should be contemplated deeply, not just repeated mechanically. Feel into the truth of it. Recognize that the same power that creates galaxies, that orchestrates the perfect functioning of your body's trillions of cells, that causes seeds to become mighty trees, is the very essence of your being. This recognition naturally dissolves fear, anxiety, and the sense of being overwhelmed by life's challenges, because you realize you are connected to an infinite source of wisdom, strength, and creative power. The second life-changing thought involves cultivating an attitude of unconditional gratitude before anything else enters your consciousness. This is not gratitude contingent upon circumstances being favorable, but rather a fundamental appreciation for the gift of existence itself. Yogananda emphasized that gratitude is not merely a pleasant emotion but a powerful spiritual practice that opens the channels through which divine grace flows into our lives. When you awaken and immediately turn your attention to gratitude, before checking your phone, before thinking about your problems, before engaging with the demands of the day, you establish a vibrational frequency that attracts more experiences worthy of gratitude. This is not magical thinking but rather a recognition of how consciousness operates. What you focus on expands. What you appreciate, appreciates. By beginning with gratitude for your breath, for your awareness, for the opportunity of a new day, for the people in your life, for the lessons of yesterday, for the possibilities of today, you create an internal state of abundance that external circumstances cannot diminish. This practice gradually rewires your neural pathways, training your mind to naturally seek out the good, the beautiful, and the meaningful rather than defaulting to complaint, criticism, or catastrophizing. Over time, this single practice can transform a habitually negative mindset into one characterized by joy, optimism, and resilience. The third transformative morning thought focuses on the power of divine love as the fundamental force of the universe and your true nature. Yogananda taught that love is not merely an emotion we feel towards certain people under certain conditions, but rather the essential fabric of reality itself. When you begin your day by consciously connecting with this universal love, by feeling it in your heart center, by recognizing yourself as both a recipient and a channel of this infinite love, something profound shifts in your experience. You move from a state of separation and defensiveness to one of connection and openness. This practice involves more than just thinking about love. It requires actually generating the feeling of love in your heart, perhaps by bringing to mind someone you care for deeply, or by contemplating the incredible gift of life itself, or by simply opening your heart to the divine presence. As you cultivate this feeling, you then consciously extend it outward, first to yourself with all your imperfections and struggles, then to your loved ones, then to neutral people, then even to those who have hurt you, and finally to all beings everywhere. This practice, done sincerely each morning, gradually dissolves the barriers of ego that create suffering. It heals old wounds, releases resentments, and opens you to deeper, more authentic connections with others. Moreover, it aligns you with the creative power of the universe, because love is the force that binds atoms into molecules, molecules into cells, cells into organisms, and individuals into communities. When you operate from love, you work with the fundamental current of existence rather than against it. The fourth life-changing thought involves affirming your complete freedom from the past and your power to create anew in each moment. So many people live as prisoners of their history, constantly replaying old hurts, rehearsing ancient grievances, or allowing past failures to define their present possibilities. Yogananda taught that the past exists only in memory, and memory exists only in the present moment. Therefore, you have the power right now to change your relationship with your past by changing the meaning you assign to it. Each morning, as you affirm your freedom from the past, you are not denying that certain events occurred, but rather refusing to allow those events to continue dictating your present experience and future possibilities. You recognize that every moment is a fresh beginning, a new opportunity to choose differently, to respond rather than react, to create rather than merely cope. This thought is particularly powerful for those carrying trauma, regret, or shame. By consciously releasing the past each morning and affirming your present freedom, you gradually loosen the grip of old conditioning and open space for new patterns to emerge. This practice works best when combined with forgiveness, both of yourself and others. As you affirm your freedom, you might also consciously forgive yourself for past mistakes and forgive others for their transgressions, recognizing that everyone is doing the best they can with their current level of consciousness. This daily practice of release and renewal prevents the accumulation of psychological baggage and keeps your consciousness clear, flexible, and responsive to present reality rather than imprisoned by past interpretations. The fifth transformative morning thought centers on the recognition that challenges, difficulties, and obstacles are not punishments or evidence of failure, but rather opportunities for growth, learning, and the development of spiritual strength. Yogananda taught that the soul grows through experience, particularly through overcoming adversity. When you begin your day by affirming this truth, you fundamentally change your relationship with difficulty. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What is this teaching me?" or "How is this helping me grow?" This shift in perspective is not about denying the reality of pain or pretending that suffering doesn't hurt, but rather about recognizing that within every challenge lies a hidden gift, a lesson, or an opportunity for transformation. By consciously adopting this perspective each morning, you prepare yourself to meet the day's difficulties with curiosity and courage rather than fear and resistance. You recognize that your struggles are not random or meaningless, but rather precisely calibrated experiences designed to help you develop qualities like patience, compassion, resilience, wisdom, and faith. This understanding doesn't make challenges disappear, but it does change how you experience them. Instead of feeling victimized by circumstances, you feel empowered by them. Instead of collapsing in the face of difficulty, you rise to meet it. Over time, this practice builds tremendous inner strength and confidence, because you come to trust that you have the resources to handle whatever life presents, and that every experience, no matter how difficult, is ultimately serving your highest good. The sixth and final life-changing thought involves consciously dedicating your day to service, to being a channel for divine will, and to contributing to the well-being of others and the world. Yogananda emphasized that true happiness comes not from getting what we want, but from giving what we have. When you begin each morning by setting an intention to serve, to be helpful, to make a positive difference in whatever way is available to you, you shift from a self-centered orientation to a purpose-centered one. This doesn't mean neglecting your own needs or becoming a martyr, but rather recognizing that your deepest fulfillment comes from contributing to something larger than yourself. This morning thought might take the form of a simple prayer or affirmation, such as offering your actions to the divine, asking to be used as an instrument of peace and healing, or setting an intention to bring kindness and presence to every interaction. What makes this practice so transformative is that it takes you out of the small, anxious, self-concerned mind and connects you with a larger sense of meaning and purpose. When you're focused on how you can serve, you have less mental energy available for worry, self-doubt, or petty concerns. Moreover, this practice creates a positive feedback loop, because acts of service and kindness generate feelings of connection, meaning, and joy, which in turn motivate further service. Over time, this daily dedication to service can transform not only your own life but also the lives of everyone you encounter, creating ripples of positive influence that extend far beyond what you can see or measure. The magic that Yogananda spoke of is not supernatural or external, but rather the natural result of aligning your consciousness with spiritual truth. When you consistently practice these 6 morning thoughts, you are essentially reprogramming your subconscious mind, shifting your habitual patterns of thinking and feeling, and opening yourself to higher levels of awareness and functioning. The changes may be subtle at first, but with consistent practice, they compound over time, leading to profound transformation in your inner experience and outer circumstances. You may find that you respond to stress with greater calm, that opportunities appear more frequently, that relationships improve, that your sense of purpose deepens, and that life feels more meaningful and joyful overall. This is the magic of conscious spiritual practice, the alchemy of transforming ordinary consciousness into something extraordinary through dedication, sincerity, and faith. The key is consistency and genuine engagement with these thoughts, not merely mechanical repetition, but heartfelt contemplation and embodiment of these truths each morning as you begin your day.